How's it going? It's Scary Jones from Elvis Duran in the Morning Show with another edition of CEO Unplugged. I'm really loving these right now. And I love it even more today because it's a CEO who I've met before. Well, hold on a second. It's called CEO Unplugged, but we're going to talk to you about who you are in a second. And I'm here with Jeff Dello Russo from Dello Russo Laser Vision. Now, created by your dad, so technically he would be the CEO. I mean, it doesn't work. I mean, your co-CEOs. Okay, gotcha. But your dad founded it, right?
He did.
Dello Russo Laser Vision is one of those. It goes beyond just a company, a business. This is, first of all, they're actually changing people's lives, as we know, because people giving people the ability to see again. So this is beyond that. It's deeper than that. But even deeper than that is my sister had LASIK from you guys, and you totally changed her world. So first, tell everybody who you are and how you got involved with LASIK and how your dad got involved, and how you guys are the pioneers of LASIK vision.
Absolutely. So my father has been a leading leading innovator in the eye business, eye industry,
sure,
ophthalmology field, since basically the late 1960s.
Yeah.
Embracing and advancing every possible advancement for all corners of the world and bringing it here to the people.
Right.
That kind of thing, from cataract surgery and just all kinds of things people take for granted now, but once upon a time these were much more challenging.
It was natural.
There were less innovative procedures and stuff like that.
Sure.
So they sort of made that more or less a perfect procedure. So he was involved with all of that.
Right. And you, by the way, followed in his footsteps because why?
It's just the natural way to go. I grew up around it, and just constantly the love for it was just natural, just in the household, and seeing eye videos going on from the age of, I don't know what, old Betamax tapes of, or even before that.
Right. Before that.
3/4-inch tape, big giant videotapes of surgeries from all around the world. He would travel to go get the latest and greatest. Anywhere there's an advancement, he was there, trying to soak it up and bring it back to patients.
Quickly take us back to the beginning of LASIK. You guys pioneered. What are you credited with pioneering?
Yeah, well, then you have to actually go before the word LASIK really even existed.
Oh, really?
The original laser vision correction was done pre-LASIK, right?
Pre-LASIK.
And it's called the PRK procedure, which we still do a lot for certain situations when it's the best option. Back in the early 90s, I was still in college at that point, and he was critically involved in the FDA approval for, obviously all these procedures are FDA approved by the FDA system.
Sure.
FDA study.
So they can go through years and years of just waiting.
Of course. I mean, every medical advancement and devices like that. But he was one of the 10 test centers in the country, for the U.S. FDA study group to approve laser vision correction, pre-LASIK. And so he did the largest percentage of people, even though he was one of 10 centers. He did a disproportionately large proportion of those people. I think it might have been almost a third of the people that were recruited and treated in those results, or it became sort of the largest part of the FDA data set to demonstrate the safety and get the approval.
Sure.
So that's the pre-LASIK part. That was going on in the early 90s.
Yep. What was the next phase of technology with when laser became LASIK?
Okay, yeah. In about 95 is when the innovation was actually adopted from Latin America, believe it or not. There's a lot of leading pioneers down there as well, and I think it was in Brazil, and they started working on an approach, the LASIK flap, so to speak, and all that, which really brought things into really popularized the procedure because the result was so rapid. And that the LASIK, sort of the beauty of that surgical trick, made it a near instantaneous result, which is why it caught on like wildfire.
And would that be bladeless, or is that's a further advancement?
That was way before there was a bladeless technique.
So now talk to me about bladeless, because you guys are known as the first bladeless.
Correct. We had the first device,
right?
And we were involved in the perfection of all that. And obviously, the popularization of that. That was in 2000. was either in 2000 or late 2000, early 2001, that I went to California and was working with one of the companies that was creating the technology. They were adapting, like all these things, adapting the laser technology that was found for some other purpose and purposing it for this. And as soon as we saw that, we knew that was, even though it was in a crude, that's ready for prime time condition, we could see that was going to be the future.
Sure.
Acquired a few of those, and we've been using those. That was 2000, I think, early 2001.
So in the world of laser, LASIK, and now bladeless and all this technology, why is it important to not cut corners when it comes to this world? And I mean, let's state the obvious, right?
Yeah.
You could lose your vision.
Surgery.
Yes, it's surgery.
Doesn't make any kind of sense to not be, from my perspective, from our history and where we're sitting now, it makes no sense to not be providing the absolute best.
Yeah.
Obviously, not just in our own personal
surgical
skill set and judgment, but technology-wise. There's certainly no savings in not having the absolute state of the art.
So why don't you toot your own horn? Why don't you a little bit talk about some of the accomplishments of Dr. Joseph and Jeffrey Dello Russo and what you, over the years, and how you guys have the edge over the competition.
I mean, we just always, again, bringing the max technology, the safest technology, embracing the innovations first, and really just setting the standard for the New York area in terms of the highest quality procedures available.
This is a route that you don't want to cheapen out on and say, I want to go for the best price, because there's a reason why you're paying rock bottom. And we've heard some horror stories, right?
Sure.
From others.
I'm sure you guys have heard those on your own, but
sure.
Avoidable.
Yeah.
Provide the best. I mean, common sense.
Now, in the case of my sister, who had astigmatism, she was told her whole life, which is, I understand, is a common misconception, that people with stigmatisms, they're not eligible for LASIK, and you proved that to be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, again, and I can't tell you how many times a day somebody comes in and says, "Oh, I didn't come in." You ask them, what's motivating them now. Kind of always have that conversation with people when they come in the door. Oh, well, I didn't think I could be treated because somebody told me,
Somebody told me, but
the neighbor told them, or some doctor told them 15 years.
Yeah, it wasn't a medical journal. It wasn't fact.
I didn't think I could be treated. So it's just one of these folkloric.
So there are people that are out there right now that might be candidates, and they might have been told their entire life that they weren't. So what's the best way to go about finding out?
Come in and get screened.
Come in and get a screening.
We'll tell you.
And you will
mystery.
Right. And like my brother is not a candidate. He's actually
corneal disease.
He is right. Yes.
Of course, not everyone's a candidate.
Right.
There are things that natural eye conditions that preclude that. But generally speaking, with astigmatism, it's an incredibly accurate thing. Our laser is super tuned to provide max accuracy, and I won't bore you with why, but there's laser guided ways that astigmatism is aligned, and it's an amazingly well treated thing, and it tends to never come back. Once you get astigmatism treated, it's one of the best things the laser does.
Right.
So that's just something that's misunderstood. Yes, there are certain eye conditions that can include astigmatism that could be problems. Maybe your brother had that. Something like that. It's possible. But for normal garden variety healthy astigmatism, quote unquote, treat that amazingly well.
Right. 35 years after my sister thought that she couldn't get it done, she got it done, and she's now super happy. She's living her best life. She really is. I know that's like a cliche, but there's not a day that goes by that she tells me that she doesn't say that she's so thankful for you guys and what you did for her, because she thinks, she feels better now. She thinks clearly. I know it's weird but your vision is attached to so much than just the visual.
It's weird.
All the senses are connected. Yeah.
Can't give you scientific, but generally speaking, I mean, people, can't listen to you properly, and people have their contacts out or their glasses off during the exam. They can't. They're just generally disoriented. Yeah. They can't listen to you as well until they put their glass. They can't.
Well, she claims to be living a better life. She's a teacher in Brooklyn, and she says hello, by the way, and thank you again.
I think she brought her husband in. I think I saw her recently.
That's my brother-in-law, Fernando. They might have come in for a checkup, maybe.
Or did he have the surgery or something?
No, I think he was considering it. So I don't know.
Something like that. I know they were in not terribly long ago.
Right, but anyway, she says hello and Thanks again. And by the way, dozens and dozens of customers that have heard me talk about you guys that have always said, "Hey, thanks for turning me on to these guys because they really know their stuff." And it's important to be handled, especially when you're messing with your vision. You want to make sure that you have the best in the business. What question for you about a Contura? What is Contura?
Yeah, I mean it's sort of the latest advancement. It's a new. I mean, it's not an entire. It's still a LASIK procedure.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a radical new approach or anything like that. But it's just you have the LASIK flap that gets created. We talked about all that, and there's the laser that does that, and a blade. That's the bladeless component, and then there's the second type of laser category that the second laser that's used in the laser approach that puts the prescription onto the eye, so to speak. That's the corrective laser.
Right. Okay.
And the Contura is something that's exciting to us because it's an adjunct that pulls additional information that designs that treatment pattern that we put on. And the good thing about it, and this is a bit of a different thing that we're waiting for. I mean, we were never able to say this because it wasn't a fact, that now the FDA results, an FDA reviewed device, right, that works with the laser, putting information in from a special type of scanner into, builds it into the treatment, and it can take people's vision past what they have with the glasses and contacts. So it's not just, we can meet your contact, give you better vision, and maybe it'll be as good as your glass. It's the vision now is concretely proven in an FDA trial to actually beat what people could achieve with their glasses and contacts, even with some of these vague things like, night driving issues and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The patients that were reviewed in the study, the FDA study, reported better, conditions for, better experiences with driving.
Wow.
That kind of like.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We were always able to hit the 20/20 mark. Now people are beating the 20/20 and driving better, and some of these quality issues have gone to that next level, which you're waiting for. So
that's great. And you also pioneered a bifocal Lasik?
Yeah, that's just
is that a form of saying?
What it is ultimately creating, for people that are of a certain age, generally over late 30s, 40s, where we have to factor in their distance, intermediate, and reading into a combined treatment, and we can kind of artfully, I hope, divide the treatment between the eyes in a way that we kind of give you all the different needs.
Right. Now, a lot of people.
That's a max convenience approach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, walk me through something. This is real. Okay. Somebody wants to get LASIK, right? But they're scared. Okay. Now, walk us through. That's people. That's everybody, right?
People, yeah.
That's why I asked the question. Tell everyone, because I've seen it, how easy it is and what the process. Walk me through the day and what you're going to experience real quick.
Hardest thing probably in terms of determining whether you're a candidate is making an appointment and showing up.
Right.
We screen you. There's zero that's scary about that. Everyone's looked at
right.
the little
so this
teams are looking at the little house.
So you're looking into right.
Yeah.
I say now I'm a candidate now, and I want to go through with this. Walk me through how long it's going to take me. Can I do this? People saying you could do it on your lunch break. Is that true?
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's
a couple of hours. That's aggressive. That's
it's oversimplification a little bit. Yes, the surgery takes very little time. Of course, you could technically do it in that very short period of time. And the surgery time is only probably 7 or 8 minutes.
Painless?
Totally painless. I mean, there's no pain. It's not. We don't send you home with pain medication. It's not on the pain scale. We don't have to put you to sleep for it. We give a little relaxing medication. I mean, nothing intravenously or anything.
Yeah.
And the numbing drops really do it. Yeah, someone can do it in their lunch break time-wise, but generally speaking, we encourage people. I mean, it is.
We'll take
go home, take it easy,
and relax
your eyes for several hours. You can kind of have a low-impact evening at home.
Right.
Limited activities. The next day, most people can go to work. It's a rapid turnaround of the vision, of course.
That's awesome. That's great. I mean,
yeah.
I know you did. No, you answered the question. I wanted to illustrate that point because people think surgery and they think, oh my God, I got to be in for hours and
yeah,
it's not like that at all.
It's not in a formal Doesn't require an anesthesiologist or anything like that. That's done, in an office setting.
Awesome. Well, anything else you want to throw in while we're here? I mean,
what else can I tell you?
You tell me.
Doing our best. What can I tell you?
Right. What's new? What's next? What's the future of LASIK look like?
The end of the
no
day,
pun intended.
Yeah. Constant. I guess the major, not even a LASIK concern, but helping people with their reading. Solely have reading issues is kind of still the holy grail here.
Yep. Okay.
We do a good job with our sort of bifocal approach, but we look forward to more pure reading enhancements in the future. That'll
Awesome.
be exciting and help God knows how many billions of people, hopefully someday soon.
Yeah. Awesome. Well,
you'll be the first to know.
Please let us know, and we'll be right there with you. So thank you so much.
Wanted
to let everybody know. And by the way, if somebody wants to get into this field that's watching, they want to be a future CEO, because a lot of people are watching for business opportunities and stuff. What is the first step in? Obviously going to college and studying, but where
med school would help.
Med school, okay. Med school would be a first stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's great.
And just following through on your dreams.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Jeff Dello Russo from Doctors Joseph and Jeffrey Dello Russo, father-son powerhouse, as I call them, and Dello Russo Laser Vision. And you guys have several locations. Why don't you tell everybody where they are?
We are on the Upper East Side in Manhattan.
Yep.
We are in Lake Success out on the island.
Yep, Long Island.
Near North Shore and LJ
Yep.
and that whole cluster. We're in Bergen County in the town of Bergenfield, which is neighboring Teaneck.
Yep.
We're in Brooklyn Heights, and we have our new office in Passaic.
All right. Okay.
So,
cool.
Never expanding. And my dad says hi.
Oh, please tell Joe I said hello too. And more information is at DelloRussoLaserVision.com. I got that wrong, right?
800 Eye Care.
Or call 1-800 Eye Care, but not the letter I. It's EYE Care. See what they did there? I'm Scary Jones. Thanks for hanging out with us again today on CEO Unplugged, man.